Hey, Pastor David here. I wanted to talk a little bit about what we see for the future in our church and talk about how Resurrection Church should be thinking about the future together. And I've put a few little things up on the board. You're not going to know what they are until I explain them. But we've talked about our idea of seeing the gospel of Jesus Christ announced to everyone in reach, the gospel, the good news of Jesus Christ exalted over every area of our life. So Jesus to everyone, taking Jesus to everyone, exalting Jesus over everything, and then advancing Jesus to be worshiped among every people and in every place. And that's what I want to help you think about a little bit here, is the idea of imagining if we saw an outpost of light, a family and a home that was a blazing center and beacon for the good news on every block. So we've got a block of Lincoln Park here, and we say, there's a beacon of light on that street. There's a beacon of light on Winchester where I live. Or we see an insurgent of light, an ambassador for light in every community within our city. So this person and this person are Christ people, and like I coach at Lincoln Park Soccer, and I've got other people that help me do that, and you might have other connections in our community. And our church is thinking about the fact that because we know that the world is separate from God and is headed for condemnation, but Jesus is the Savior who can bring them back to God and save them from condemnation through His life, His death, His resurrection. We think about how we can get an outpost of light on every street, how we can get insurgents of light in every community, and then how we can think about outposts or encampments behind enemy lines in every community. So you got Southgate here, and we say, well, let's plant a church in Southgate. We've got Resurrection Church, and maybe we should also think about planting other churches in Lincoln Park. And we've got Wyandotte, and we've got E-Course, and we've got River Rouge, and this is Southwest Detroit. So we plant churches here, and we've got Melvindale. And if I were to erase this more, this outline would be Allen Park. We plant churches all over Downriver and see every city in Downriver with outposts of light. But not just see this here, not just see churches planted in Downriver, see them all across Michigan, all across Detroit, all across our country, and ultimately see churches, people who are worshiping Jesus and who are announcing Jesus where they live to the lost and dying world, insurgents of light, ambassadors of light, and outposts together of people with the gospel of light in every community around the world. And so we as people are going to the streets, the places we live, and the people we know. We're trying to see the gospel advanced near, and then we're trying to see the gospel advance far. And that's why I'll put this last thing up here, where we see churches planted around the world, and we see people hearing of the gospel in South America, hearing the gospel in Europe, hearing the gospel in Africa, hearing the gospel in North America. Australia's on the backside, so I'll point them around there, okay? And we see that all around the globe because we've partnered with other believers to see the good news about Jesus spread in every place that we live, in every people that we know, in the people that we need to reach near and far. We've sent the gospel of Jesus Christ, and we've held it out and held it high where we live.